Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Pinpoint Unfiltered. I'm Rachel.
And I'm your boy, Josh, the realtor of realtors. How you guys doing today?
Um, yeah,
That's a question for everybody. It's okay,
yeah.
guys. You
Well,
can't
I want to
speak.
introduce, we have a special guest today, Allie Abbatiello from Quintessential Mortgage Group. Allie, what's up?
How you guys doing?
Doing
Chilling.
well.
Good. Happy Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, it is
Shit,
Friday.
today's
Happy Friday.
Friday. I
Yes.
didn't even notice.
Well,
It's
it
all the
feels
same
it's,
for
it feels
us.
like a Monday every day, I guess, in this industry,
Yeah,
right?
Pretty much.
It's never really a true Friday. So
no. So, Allie, tell some people what you do.
yeah, so I am a mortgage broker. I'm with Quintessential Mortgage Group. We are located in Rybrook, which is in Westchester, New York. We have about 5 different locations, from the East Coast all the way down to Florida, and then we're starting one in Texas.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and then hopefully expand more. We're really trying to grow, because we're not your typical broker shop. Broker shops, most people think of 5 to 10 brokers, right, in an office, one location, very small. We have over 100 loan officers, so
Dang.
we're a very big mortgage broker shop, and we act more as like a traditional bank than your typical broker, but have access of to all the programs and the rates of what a broker has. So,
Okay.
and with actually UWM, which is the shirt I'm wearing, which is the biggest wholesale lender in the country, we are the top 10 mortgage broker with them.
Wow.
So yeah, and they have I think like 4,000 broker companies, mortgage broker
Wow.
companies. So yeah, so we're top
That's
10.
awesome.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
and they're the number one wholesale lender in the whole country. So they're monster, United Wholesale Mortgage. Um yeah, so it's a little bit on my company. I've been doing this for 5 years. Was in finance before this. Absolutely hated it. Um,
You were a finance bro?
yeah, I was finance, bro. I was at
Did you
Morgan.
did you have, like, the Patagonia vest and everything?
I have to be dressed up a little bit more than a t-shirt. This is a free t-shirt too. I didn't even pay for it.
Oh, that's
But
my type of pricing.
I know this is one they keep us, so I'm wearing a free t-shirt. I actually have to wear like a button down and actually look presentable.
Wow,
Yeah, it was pretty horrible. I'm in
that
like I'm in
sucks.
like sweats and a t-shirt.
Heard.
Yeah, so I was in that before, but that helped me a lot because I had my finance background, which led into when I got to do mortgages, help with clients with numbers, right? How to look at different things, how to analyze, you know, what's the best program or best type of rate or buy down if they're choosing to, where it makes sense for clients. So that helped me a lot to bring that background in. But it was funny because I didn't want to do mortgages. Never did sales, didn't want to do sales, but they actually got laid off in finance. They sold our location. They wanted to move us. Didn't want to move, and was just like figuring shit out for like a year. And then my aunt said, who actually works for a company, said, "Why don't you do mortgages?" I said, "I don't want to. I don't know anything about mortgages. Don't want to do it. I don't want to have to feel like I have to sell and deal with all people and stuff." And then I said, "You know what? Let me get my test." And then the rest was history. Came here and never did a loan before. And then 5 years later, one of the top loan officers in the company.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So I owe it to a lot of people. I owe it to mentors. I owe it to everyone that's helped me along the way. So I
Yeah.
can't take credit just for myself, but I
I mean, you're
wanted it. I
killing
wanted
it
to go
too as a
around.
salesperson.
But
You're killing it too as a salesperson,
yeah,
never wanting
listen,
to do
it's
sales.
just a hustle game, right?
Yeah.
It's just out there hustling, doing this, doing a ton of marketing. It's branding yourself, right?
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know a lot. I'm educated, but it's also, and she's in my face right now. It's also I owe it to social media. I have
Mhm.
Sarah who helps me with social media. That has really kind of took, guess, my business to the next level. Just doing social media, being consistent with it.
Yeah.
So, that alone, and then just being out there and just meeting a lot of people. I mean, that's what you got to do, right? That's what we all do. That's the name
Yeah.
of the game. As
I
many
mean,
people, you're going to get your name out there the most.
for sure. I mean, the reason we have this podcast and the reason we're on social media is because of you and Sarah, 100%. You guys
Yeah.
encouraged us to do this. And yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so
Yeah. How
much.
long
Like,
ago was that meeting?
That,
Honestly, I
uh,
like,
that was a while ago. I mean, I'm trying to like pay attention to you guys as I see her in the corner of my eye right now. Because she's doing some social media, and she can hear you. But that
Yeah, that's
meeting
fine.
was, wow, so what are we in September? You
Well,
think
if
it
she
was
cares, thank you, Sarah.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Rachel
for
owes you a
real.
dinner or something.
Just Rachel?
Oh, well,
What up?
man,
she's the
yeah,
one that like
put you on the
controls all the
spot.
money. Like, hey, that's the money guy right there.
Put you on the spot. Um, but, I think it was like a year ago.
I thought it was earlier this year.
I don't think it was 2025. Was it?
No, it was because we
Okay, maybe
started the
January.
podcast like I don't know, January, Feb, maybe.
Maybe.
So
Yeah.
question like because you kind of like not introduced us, but basically kind of put the fire under our butts with like, you know what, you got to get out there, you got to just keep on, keep going. Don't wait till I like that's the main thing that I took from that meeting was like, hey, don't worry about it being perfect, just put it out there, just keep putting it out there and be consistent, as you said. Um, who was that person for you that was like,
Mm.
you know what? And
Sarah?
by the way, your hair looks amazing. By the way, I know we've talked about this before,
My hair?
but yeah, you're looking good,
Yeah.
bro.
I
Like,
need a haircut. Today's haircut day. I didn't do my
and
eyebrows.
if today's haircut day, that's not that bad, my
So
friend.
you do your
I got
eyebrows too? All right.
yeah,
You
I'm
gotta
looking at
see
them
me when
now.
I need my haircut. I look like a
No,
completely different
I gotta get a
person.
haircut today. I'm looking at it. I gotta do eyebrows. Yeah, it's hard. It was a bad day. But, all seriousness, Sarah, because I mean, I think everyone, including myself, there's always times you don't want to put yourself on social media because of I don't like the way I sound. I don't like the way I look today. Whatever. I'm pale. I need a tan. Whatever the excuse is, I've done them. I made him 1,000 excuses. And the one thing I love about Sarah that helps me push is most other people I worked with let me make those excuses. Right. But having a good partner, right, and someone on your team, because we all need a good team. We cannot do this by ourselves. Okay, right? None of us can do this by ourselves, just like we're doing this together, right? If I gave you a little push or Sarah, we all need someone to help, right? And everyone kept accepting my excuses when I would do social media. And that was not the correct way that I needed for myself when I have someone that I'm partnering with. I needed, in this case, Sarah to be like, okay, that's great, but we're still filming. I'm still posting it. I don't care, right? Because she knew that putting it out there, first of all, no one really cares, right?
Pretty much.
No one's really looking at it that deep. Okay. And also, she knew for her to do her job and for me to get kind of where I want to be in my career, as far as social media and what that comes with, I needed to be consistent and put and be posting. Otherwise, I'm doing nothing. It's pointless. We're right.
So
So,
so
so
how'd you
in
meet
that
Sarah?
sense, she said,
Sorry.
I'm just going to do what we have to do and it looks fine. And if you stutter, you make a mistake, you roll with it because also it keeps it real, right? Just like we're doing now, right?
Mhm.
It's keeping it real. We're not editing anything. And people like that because it's more true. It's more of a human connection type of thing. When you have all these filters and it looks perfect, honestly, when I would reach out to people, because I like to ask. So when I go to events, I'll ask. I mean, people see on social media. So people are like, oh, I know you're from social media, which is awesome because like the best compliment you can give, right? It's awesome. But I'll ask people like, do you like when it's so perfect? Do you like when I'm in the office? Do you care about the background? Do you like when I'm in the gym? Not like, do you care? They're like, listen, we just want to see things post. We just want to hear it. And I think what I was really like kind of naive or blinded by, I didn't really think people cared to hear what we have to say. Right?
Mhm.
Like, oh, I'm a mortgage broker. What do people really gonna listen? I mean, I do mortgages, right? But there's so many people into real estate, right? So many people on the lending side that really do want to learn. I mean, the one thing that I love what we do is everyone is a possible client.
Eventually,
Everyone
yeah.
is, right? Whether you're just a primary home buyer or you're an investment or secondary, home that you're looking for, everyone loves to talk about real estate. Everywhere I go, I hear it. And and since I did social media, it has skyrocketed my brand, who people know me. And again, sometimes they don't even know my name, but they'll say, "Oh, you look familiar. I've seen you on social media. You wear the tight little shirts, the muscle shirts. They're cool." Mm, That's oh yeah, that's me. They're like extra small, but it's okay. Um, well, whatever. The point is like they remember me, right? I don't care if they know my name, but they're gonna think mortgage. And then people will say that. Hey, listen, I've referred you someone where they'll mess you. Hey, I just, you can always keep popping up. I wanted to reach out and ask you a couple questions. And that leads into a lot of things. And that's, you know, that's what helped me with social media. And then, it opens up other doors too. Look where we are today. Without us, sure, Danielle connecting us and
Mhm.
then talking about social media, this would have probably never probably happened.
For sure.
So,
Yeah.
and
If you
then
didn't give us this push, we wouldn't be here right
right,
now
and then you
with
gotta
this.
think, like, what comes with what we're doing here, right? We're gonna post it.
Mhm.
We're gonna then try to educate people on what we're talking about, maybe give them a push if they wanna do social media, right? We can also encourage other mortgage lenders, other agents, other people that have nothing to do with our industry, give them a push in what they wanna do, as far as their industry of putting themselves out there on social media. So,
For sure.
it's a big thing, and I think also that's the way the world is now too. Everything's social media. They look us up. They want to see who we are, who they're working with, what we look like, what are things we like, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even like in different industries, right? Like LinkedIn is a huge thing for like social selling, right? People buy from people that they know. And I think we were talking about this Josh in the last podcast that we did. But people buy from people that they know or they think they know and that they think they like, right? So if you put yourself out there in social media, whatever platform it is, your buyers are out there, right? And they might not be interacting. That's the other thing that I learned, right? Like not everybody's interacting with your content, but they're watching. And then when the time comes, like either they'll refer somebody or they'll reach out. Um, but it's definitely a slow burn, right? It's not like you're gonna go viral in a week and then after that every video goes viral. That just like that
Well,
doesn't
you keep
happen,
wearing
right?
those tight shirts, buddy. You might be getting going viral real quick. I don't
Just
know. I think
maybe
I might have
maybe
to
next
change up
time
my style.
maybe you gotta take the shirt off and then you'll
I
get like
know, I
all
know.
of the views.
I told
Now I'm
Rachel,
confused a little while.
I told Rachel, summertime is tank tops and baby oil. That's how I'm showing all apartment.
Hey, whatever works, right? Whatever works.
Listen, Papa needs a new pair of shoes, so
If someone says I got a deal for you, I'm like, whatever you need me to do. Sure, I'll do
Yeah.
it. You need to run around streaking? Okay, fine.
Rachel has no problem trying to pimp me out there. Like, yo, go get
Oh yeah, no. Yeah.
that.
I won't do it, but I'll tell him to do it.
Hey, we do some crazy. In this industry, you're a little cuckoo. You get a little crazy.
Yeah, for sure. So what I wanted to ask you earlier, how did you meet Sarah?
So we were actually looking for a new social media person because it's hard to find a good person, honestly. Because
Mhm.
it's not just, hey, I got a camera, right? And I can do a video. I can do some editing. It's connecting with them and brainstorming and having that comfort level, right? Like, I mean, you see my social media. I do a little silly stuff. Like I'm very comfortable with Sarah, and she's very creative, but she makes me and everyone else that we're filming feel very comfortable. And that's the key. That's a huge key. So we were looking from people to fill in that spot, and we had some people where we interviewed, and I actually told this the other day. I said right away, first time I met her, I said to my boss, I said, listen, just you don't need to look at anyone else. She's good. I said, hire her. That's it. We're good. Because I just knew I worked with a handful of people, and I just knew by her personality and the way she's thinking, and also just her really like caringness to really help me wanting to grow, right? Like, and again, line yourself with good partners, right? Good people around you. Just like you said, you want to work with good people, right? So her, my assistant Heather, like they're good people. They truly, genuinely care rather than just saying, okay, I have a job I'm gonna do. They actually
Mhm.
go above and beyond. And that's the hardest thing to find in someone. So I can recognize that. I feel like I'm a pretty good judgment of dealing with people. I knew that right away. And then I said, don't even look at anyone else. I promise you, you found your person, and the rest is history. And we've been working together, and social media has been amazing. She's been doing above and beyond of what I thought social media or my social media could have done, and it's been going amazing. So that's
That's
the
awesome.
yeah, that's the best thing that could have happened to myself, my business, and also we're great friends. So that's another thing too. Like you get to be friends with people that you work with. So that's rare
Yeah.
too, right? Because we have
Yeah, yeah,
working
yeah.
relationships, but if you have a friendship and a working relationship, that's priceless. Not to sound a little mushy and all that, but
No, I mean,
it's
Josh
the
is my
truth.
best friend, so
Let's
I
keep it
totally
simple.
get it.
Right.
Because listen,
Listen,
you know what? When you work in this industry, like I talk to Sarah, my assistant Heather every day. They're gonna see when I'm in the best moods, when I'm in
Mhm,
the lowest moods. I'm cranky, I'm happy. They're gonna see me like this. And the best thing is when you're friends, they don't take things personal. They know how I am, and vice versa. We all have our days, and we just are together in this. We're riding or dying together. We're looking for the bigger picture, the bigger goal. But we really know each other on a personal level, so that helps because we all have our days. It's never like, oh, what's wrong with him today? It's like, all right, maybe he's having a tough day, right? It's crazy mortgage world. Maybe he's doing some, going through something personally, right? And you're always there for each other. So that alone also makes your working partnership stronger, where you can feel better about working in and doing the best you could in your job. It actually really truly helps because you got each other's back when someone's down. Just like I played sports my whole life, you got to pick that other person up when they're down.
yep.
And I know it sounds silly because we're talking about mortgage and real estate, but it goes beyond because you said it perfect. You got to really like and enjoy who you're working with, whether
mhm,
you're partnering or whether, hey, I'm working with a real estate agent. You want to like
mhm.
that real estate agent, right? You're working with that,
Absolutely.
right? They're showing you home. It's the biggest purchase of your life. You want to truly get to know that person and like them, right? Same with a mortgage side. They're dealing with your financials. You want to definitely trust them, or to trust someone, you got to like them, right? Get to know a little
Mhm,
bit about them. So those things are very important.
Yeah, and like you were saying, bringing into, let's say, like the sports, like, aspect of it, um, like building a team is extremely integral in like any big purchase, any process, like anything major in your life, having that support system and team. And essentially, in the 3 years that Pinpoint's been around, we're starting to build a team, and we consider you part of the team. It's like, hey, when go and talk to clients, we don't just pump up our chest and say, hey, look at us. No, we say, look who we have access to, the type of people that we could like that are on our team that can help you. It's the biggest thing. And having a friend, or sister like Rachel that to work with, great teammate, 100% is everything that I'm not when I need her to be, but also able to like hold me accountable, because if we didn't have the relationship we had, there might be points when she needs to put me in check or vice versa
mhm,
that we don't like. You wouldn't feel comfortable if it was like a
mhm.
perfect stranger. Oh, I don't want to tell him he fucked up here because I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Oh, that's
She's not
occurred.
worried about
Yes,
hurting my feelings. She's like, he's gonna get over that shit. We got shit we got to do right now. Um, and it's vice versa. Like I told, a few weeks ago, I was like, Rach, we had something we had to get done. And I'm like, I feel you. You don't want to get it done. You have all this stuff going. I don't care. I really don't care. We got to get this shit done. We could be sad later as a friend and a family. Like, as a family, we could do it together. But it's like you said, you have to have a good support system around you and have good teammates to pick up where you drop the ball.
100%. And you guys also, getting to know you better. You guys have a perfect balance too. you know, Perfect balance, and you guys trust each other's advice or, opinions.
I'm
And
the
I think
pretty one, by the way, guys. I'm the pretty one. Rachel's the brains.
Fuck you.
so. I didn't know we can curse and give finger. I was trying to be really like professional.
Oh, yeah, no, we do
No,
whatever
no,
we
no,
want.
no. This is Pinpoint Unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
Okay,
Hey,
that's
It's
fine.
you
unfiltered
do
for
what
a
you
reason.
want
Yeah,
here, brother.
You
I'm
can't
not a
get
big,
me to not curse.
not a big cursor, but that's okay. Just want to make sure.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Now,
Um,
now I just want to say it in the next couple of sentences, just to throw it out there.
Throw it out there.
Um,
Bitch.
yeah. um,
or
but no,
go for a big one. Say the see you next Tuesday. Go ahead. Go ahead. Swing for the
you know what I
fences.
have to say? I want to give both of you guys. I mean, we talked about, but I really want to give you both you guys credit. I mean, especially Rachel, because Rachel, when we first met, she was pretty strong. Like, I don't want to like put my things on anything. I don't want to do social media. Like, you were pretty
Yeah.
like adamant, and we were obviously said,
I'm a pretty stubborn individual.
yeah, you were pretty tough, and I was like, okay, that's gonna be pretty hard because social media you kind of need to do a little bit. I mean, listen, you can do social media without it, but I'm like, all right, it's gonna be a little challenging. And now fast forward, you're doing a freaking podcast. Like, you guys, have like definitely shocked me in from where we started to now, which is what I love. Because look where we started, and you said you're stubborn. Are you? Maybe you are, but you're definitely open minded to give it a shot and a chance to create this and have a nice podcast to have people come on here, educate. You're putting yourself out there, right? So like I want to give you guys both credit because I remember when we first started and we had that conversation, it was not something that you were like, okay, 100% doing. We feel comfortable. We talked about it, right? We talked about it a little bit more. Then you started. I mean, probably I don't remember, but I'm assuming every time we start something, everyone delays a start. Oh, we need another month or so. And but now you guys are doing it, and it's awesome, and I appreciate and um I'm thankful for you guys for even having me on here and talking about it, but also meeting that day because it made us both grow. I mean, listen,
Mhm.
when I
Yeah,
talk about social media too, remember I gotta keep my word. I can't preach it and not do it myself. So I gotta hold this. I'm
facts.
probably talking a big game to you guys. Saying, like, yeah, post and be consistent doing this. I can't leave there and you're like, Allie, you don't even do it yourself. You only posted once in 2 weeks. What are you talking about? Um, but so I want to give you a shout out for that because I hope other people that are watching right now are saying, I have that same nervousness. I have the same, maybe not confident, right? Or we all
Mhm.
feel have insecurities or things about something about how we feel or look. One has it. I talk to a million people who want to do it, and they say I don't like my voice, the way it sounds, I don't like how I look, or this is a spot on my face, or how I look when I'm in the video. I heard it all. Listen, no one really cares, and no one's gonna think that deep. And you know what? If someone judges, let them judge. Let them
Yeah.
judge. Be proud of who you are. Put yourself out there. And you know what? If anyone says anything, I'm not gonna say, but f them then, right? Don't let anyone affect. No, I didn't say it.
Oh, I have new challenge. You got to
Don't let
get you to throw
anyone
an F bomb
affect.
out by the
Don't let
end of this
anyone affect
episode.
how you feel of how your decisions are gonna be made or your actions are gonna be made because of what you think someone might say.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
I
people out there
appreciate
that
that.
love my stuff. I'm sure people make fun of me and say, "That is so corny. That's so silly. He's a mortgage broker. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm not your suit and tie. It's all good.
Mhm.
Don't follow me. It's okay."
Yeah.
You know,
No,
but
I
I know
appreciate
that
that,
affects a
and
lot of people. And hopefully, if
it does.
anything, we can give them the courage, encouragement, and feel confident to just do it. Just
For
do
sure. I mean, I hated social media. I mean, I still don't like it for a personal standpoint. Um, but I have definitely changed my mind on how it's good for business. And that it is important to post and not worry too much about what it is, like your presentation, right? Because I'm obviously self-conscious as everybody is, right? There's not a single person in the world, unless they're extremely vain, which they're arrogant also, it's possible. Right here, this guy.
Oh, if that were
um,
true.
yeah, right. Um, but yeah, like I am very stubborn, but with my business, I feel like I don't have the luxury to be stubborn, right? You were telling me in like matter of fact, this is going to change your business. It would it would not be good for me as a business owner and a business partner to just be like, yeah, fuck that. Like, I had to just say, "You know what? This is something that I don't wanna do, I'm not comfortable with, but that's just one thing that I have to do as a business owner. There's a lot of things that I have to do that I'm not comfortable with and I don't like, right?" So, yeah, I just, like with anything and Josh too, right? Like, he also wasn't, like, 100% down with it right away. Um, but he definitely came around and he's been, really, like the podcast, he was like, "Yeah, yeah, we'll start it, we'll start it, we'll start it." And then we started it, and then he's like, "Bro, we need to record." Like, it's been like 2 weeks.
facts. You need to. That's what happens.
Yeah, like
It happens.
in the end of the day, I was taught how to swim by getting thrown in the deep end. That's life. That's life essentially. So it's like, you know what? Either be a really, really good swimmer or die. I don't know what to tell you. So I'm not out. I'm
So
not gonna let my
extreme.
company die out here, and we're gonna do everything that we can to adapt, to grow, and you know we've been blessed to have good people that want to help us and are like very encouraging like you and like Sarah. Um that come out and say, no, you guys could do it, and try to give us that support and give us those, like, words of motivation, because I realize, like, that's a lot of the hurdle, getting over your own insecurities and own,
Mhm.
like, roadblocks that you put up in front of your, like, in your head. Um and you guys are killing it. So yeah, how can I not listen to you? And that goes to into some more flowers for you, because Rachel doesn't listen to many people, um,
That makes you
including
feel really
myself,
empty and sad for her. Good.
right? So
Anybody?
You listen to
so
no one.
you kind of have to, like, prove it to her a bit. And we walked into that meeting thinking one way, and you guys showed us a different way. And since then, we've, foot on the pedal. Let's go. Let's
Mhm.
keep on. And we, like, every episode we come out of it a little bit better, I feel. Um and we have more ideas on how we kind of want to, like, continue to keep pushing it. And having more guests, that was, like, one of the things. And we've been fortunate to have a few people on the podcast. And
Yeah.
it's it's nice, it's fun. It's fun.
It's
And
fun.
then
Yeah, no.
also we have a what's it called? A catalog of, this time that we were at. It's like, oh, let's, like, go back and, like, let's see episode 1 compared to, like, now, where I think we're approaching
20.
20.
This is
Oh,
20.
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know you have see, listen, that's what I'm saying. I give you guys a ton of credit because you guys did it. And you said this before, Rachel. People have to understand that this does take time. It's a patient game. I know everyone doesn't love being patient, but in what we do today, this is such a big part of our business, and you have to start. And again, you might do 20 videos and podcast sessions. You might say, I don't really see anything.
Yeah.
It's there. It's coming. It
Yeah,
may be
no,
a
I
little
know.
bit
I was
sprinkled. Maybe it's going to come. But do you know how long I've been doing social media? I relate it into, my fitness. And when I first started working out, I was a skinny little kid, and I knew nothing. And I just kept being consistent, kept doing it over, and it's boring. Go to the gym, do the same type of stuff, eat the same type of food, right? Same thing. Social media is doing the same thing. Sure, you're changing the topic, being consistent, and the results will eventually come. It's just who's going to be consistent the most and who's going to be doing it over and over and never say, well, it's been 3 months, I'm quitting because I don't see it. First of all, there's no,
going off of piggybacking off of your analogy, right? Like, you can go to the gym every day, but you could still eat McDonald's every day, and you're not gonna see results.
of course, you're right. And I see that with some people. Like they come to every day, I don't see any results. I'm like, I want to know.
Right.
Yes,
So
there's a
it's like,
whole
"Oh,
big
I'm posting
picture.
every day," but you're posting, like, a
Right,
brick wall.
right. What is the content, right? Right? What is it? And are you showing your true self? Are you being robotic? Like
Yeah.
I used to be robotic. Trust me. I used to wear the same. I used to be the same setting, and I used to talk about loan topics and be very robotic about it when I first started. I look back and I'm like, okay, wow, that's not working. Also, it's figuring out and watching what are you putting out there and see if it's engaging with people.
Mhm.
Right? It wasn't engaging. So then we did some funny little trends and reels. That's been more engaging. So it's also tweaking, right? It's like what you said, going to the gym, you're going, but maybe that person's diet was poor. So are they aware enough to say, I gotta tweak something? Sure, you can say I'm posting every day, but what are you posting? Right? When are you posting it? Is it something that is where people are connecting? It's not. You got to change something, right?
Mhm.
You gotta, and also, I'm a big believer is when you talk to people, ask them. I like to post what people want to know, right? So I will literally talk to buyers and agents and whoever, say, what do you want to hear? Those. So when people say, well, how do you come up with your topics? I don't. I asked you guys. Hey, Rachel. Hey,
That's cool.
Josh. Hey, so and so. What do you like to hear? I'm a mortgage lender. I really would wish if you could talk about this, or I heard about this. Can you touch base? And I ask everyone I interact with. If I go to a networking event and I write it down in my phone in my notes because those are the topics. So really, people viewing, they're the ones telling me what they want to hear. It's not me because
Mhm.
I don't want to talk about what people want to hear, not what I'm thinking. Why guess when I can ask the source?
Yeah. That's true.
That's what I do.
So I'm gonna use that as a segue,
Oh, I was
and
about
we're
to
gonna
take over. So
Oh.
yeah. um no,
Go ahead.
so
Go
so one of the main things that I think is, like, hot right now, right? They lowered the rate. Like that
Mhm.
is huge. So let the people know what's the rate now. What are we looking at?
Listen, that's a hot topic, and it's a good topic finally to talk about because it's a topic that I actually want to talk about rather than the rates will go up and you're hiding behind the table and you're like, I don't want to talk about this. Um, right? I mean, that's what it was. Right now, the rates are awesome. I mean, I'm giving out rates in the high fives. I mean, when did you hear
Nice.
high fives?
Not for
That's
a
good.
while.
No,
For a while.
and listen, now it's our job, us three others, to get that out there. But here's what I'm going to say, right? For me as a loan officer, it's whoever's the first to be telling everyone where it's at. That's what I think. So if I'm a lender, right, you're an agent. If you guys are doing social media, right, doing your CRM, blasting out there, telling people, hey, here's what's going on right now. Those are the agents. Those are the lenders that are going to be the first ones, dealing with these now either clients that are pre-approved from other lenders or agents, or newer people that want to now finally get a pre-approval, right, and start looking at homes. It's now the time to reach everyone to tell them because that is our job, right? So I look,
Mhm.
it's my job to let people know what's going in the market, right? And right
Yeah,
now the
it's our
rates are
job to educate,
yeah, and
for
educate,
sure.
right? Um, so right now they're in the high fives, which is awesome. I mean, I'll just do a little, I guess, little hacks or mortgage tips. So for anyone that got pre-approved a year ago, right? Because it's the lowest it's been in the year. If we pre-approve them, their purchasing power would go up about 50K.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
So for people to kind of think, how is this rate drop, right, affecting me as a buyer? How is it affecting me as an agent with my past clients that maybe that pre-approval wasn't high enough, right? Or that budget was too high because the rate was 7.25. How does that affect? Well, it affects them by it's going up 50K in their purchasing power by the updated rate. And now if they were, 100 bucks more over their budget, guess what? That rate's going to bring it down. Where if they then looked again, they'll be within their budget if they're looking in that price range.
Hmm.
Right?
And is this, like, across all different programs or
Pretty much across all programs, all different, purchase price. I mean, sure, it's a threshold, right? Some might be
Mhm.
40, some might be 60, whatever. But when I ran some numbers, because that's what I like to do, I like to make things simple for agents and buyers. Keep it simple. Rates went down. What does that mean for me? Sure, I know my payment's gonna be lower. I know these other things, but what does it mean? Actually, give me numbers. Okay, here's a number. You got pre-approved for 500 12 months ago. If I did one, you're probably gonna be at 550. So now you're in another, tier of home search.
Mhm.
My budget was 3,000. I couldn't find anything. Okay. Well, now those homes that you couldn't, they're going to open up to that price range and now be in your budget. So you might want to act on it because now's the chance. That's what it changes. And a lot of people don't know that. Agents don't know that. Nor do I expect them to. That's my job to deliver that to help agents. Whether you work with me as an agent, you're an agent that works with someone else, doesn't matter. I just want to give information out. I want to be a source where someone's like, he gives good information, right? And the information, you got to be simple. People don't want to watch and listen to 1,000 things, right? It's just
For sure.
simple information. And the last thing that, people love, and agents that I've been telling them that they feel it's very useful. And this is really good for people to understand that every $10,000, okay, in your offer or loan amount, however you want to look at it, is only changing your payment $60. So if we start getting into bidding wars, right? And I tell
Mhm.
people, this is big right now. What I'm about to say, I think, is the biggest thing that hopefully I could try to fix with agents and buyers is when you're getting a bidding war and Rachel and Josh like to the client, we got to come up 10K, right? I would never say 10K to a client, right? I would never say it in that way because the client is going to say, wow, $10,000 is a freaking lot of money. And they assuming I got to write a check, right? Rachel, Josh, I got to write a check for 10K. That's a lot of freaking money. I'm not going up 10K.
It's too many zeros for me.
I'm staying here. Here's my price. That's it. Now, if I say, hey, Rachel and Josh, listen, we got a couple offers, right? They're doing highest and best, right? You really love this home? All right, we got to come up in our offer. And like, okay, cool, guys. What should I do? You're the experts. Can you guys come up $60 a month? in your payment? $60? Oh, that's easy. Yeah, I can go with
So
$60. I mean, what is that? Nowadays, a half a dinner, maybe like 5 Starbucks,
facts.
right? Like dinner's crazy expensive. So like, you know, it's such an easier way for them to understand $60. Now, if I say, hey, Rachel and Josh, can you guys come up 10K? Sounds a little bit more scarier. It's the same
Yeah.
thing. I didn't do anything. We're not deceiving them. We're just delivering the message differently for their brain to process it differently and look at it differently. Because us three can look at something, we're all gonna have different opinions on it, right? Because how we perceive it. But if someone says it, hey guys, can you look at it this way? You might say, oh, well, now we all look at it the same way, right? Because someone is educating us and explaining to us of a bigger picture. At least that's my opinion. So if we could just explain to them, it's $60. Yes, it is 10,000, but it's over 30 years, right? And how bad do you want that home? You only get
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a much better way of explaining it.
so. Listen, I've had agents do that, and they're like, "Wow, that has changed on how people have received the same mess. It's the same thing. You're just delivering it a different way, right? You're
Yeah.
delivering a way that people will understand it, and their bottom line of what their budget is per month. That's how they're going to make that decision off of. So hopefully, those two things help buyers right now in the market.
Yeah, so I have another question for the people that are watching this that have never bought before and buying is a new thing on their radar. You said it a couple times, pre-approval. Can you explain to those people that have never had to do that what that is and what that entails?
Yeah, no, it's a great topic because people are still always never want to get pre-approved. And I think like you said, they don't know what it means. So, pre-approval is the most important step, right? It's basically what I compare it to. I say this to my clients. It's like going to the doctor to get a checkup. You're getting your financial checkup with me. You're seeing where you stand. Don't care if you're going to buy in a year from now, right? I go to the doctor. I'm not sick, but why do I go? To get a checkup to prevent being sick, right?
Hmm.
Or am I going to wait to be sick in a year from now and then go? And maybe it's too late. So my point is, what if their credit's not great right now? What if we need to save some money,
Hmm.
right? We need that time. So getting pre-approved now goes over your financial situation, tells you where you stand right now in the home buying process, right? What is your max purchasing power, right? Goes over your affordability, not just on a monthly payment, but also goes over your affordability of down payment, closing costs, right? Which people don't know what those means. Those are your funds out of pocket to buy a home, right? How much do I need right now to purchase this home with my down payment and closing costs? Plus, what is my affordability that I can afford per month with that mortgage? And then with that, what price range should I be looking at? So when you look at your price range, look at your cash out of pocket to buy a home, you look at your monthly payment, those three things that people want to know, you're going to get those answers when you do a pre-approval. Pre-approval does not mean you have to buy, right? Even if you got a pre-approval letter, does not mean you have to now start looking for homes. And also, the main thing is we don't do hard credit checks. We could do a soft credit inquiry. But yes, not going to ding your score, which everyone always says that prevents them. But it gives me as a lender and really you guys as agents an idea of where that client stands to help. And that's the most important step because honestly, you guys can't do anything without that. So this is where you guys need me, right?
I say it the first, like anytime a buyer comes to us and they're like, oh, I want to buy and my budget is this. Great. Have you gotten pre approved? No, I'm not ready for that. Okay, well, we don't have like a shopping budget without that.
Exactly. And again, I like to compare things because I'm that type of learner. I like analogies. I could put into things that I like, whether it's sports or whatnot. But it's like going shopping and not knowing your budget, not knowing your limit on your credit card. How do you
Hmm.
know what to spend, right?
Hmm.
How do you know where to look? Are you going into Louis Vuitton or are you going into Target? Like,
Yeah.
like where are we going? We don't know where we stand, right? Like we all
Louis
want,
Vuitton, baby.
yeah, I'm correct. That's the typical home buyer that's like, yeah, I want that $1 million house. Okay, relax. All right. We got to talk about what comes with the $1 million house. The taxes are higher. It's a higher monthly payment. It's going to cost you more. Let's pump the brakes for a second and see if we can afford it. If you could, awesome. If you can't, let's get you into where you really should be looking because what happens too is time will kill everything. And if we're not looking in the right price point, right? Where you guys are driving around, agents driving around crazy looking at homes that they can't even afford, which happens all the time, right? And these buyers are looking at homes where they can't really afford because maybe they wouldn't want to get the pre-approval. And the agent said, all right, I'll just take you out. I mean, listen, it's your guys' time, but I would hate to see a buyer and an agent waste their time just trying to look at random homes when they really didn't do the proper steps. And again, I think sometimes buyers feel like, or a buyer might feel an agent say, hey, you got to get it pre-approved. It's not trapping any buyer in. We're not saying, hey, you got to go to a lender to get pre-approved so we can get that letter and trap you into buy. Absolutely not. It's a checkup. And be honest with me, I'm going to ask you guys a question. That buyer said, all right, I'm going to do a pre-approval, Rachel and Josh. And I got pre-approved and it was a good one. And they came back. You said, I got it. I talked to Allie, gave me a pre-approval for 700K. Said, everything looks great. I'm a great buyer. And they said to you, you know what, guys? I did it. I followed your lead. I'm just not ready to buy right now. Are you going to get mad at them? Are you going to yell
No,
at them? No, exactly.
no,
And I feel like
no.
some of these buyers, they feel like if they do it, we're going to track them and swarm them
No,
and
that's crazy.
bombard
I
them with
mean, maybe
everything.
some agents, maybe some
Maybe
brokers, who
some.
knows?
But that's
But
why,
not us.
right? That's why I tell everyone. That's why Rachel and Josh are different. And that's why this whole full circle conversation goes back to getting to know Rachel and Josh as agents through podcasts,
Yeah.
social media, to know that they're not going to do that as people to you because they really want to genuinely help you. But it's nice to see where we stand right now so they can actually help you, whether it's now or
Yeah.
in a year or whatever.
And what you were saying, like, wasting people's time, like wasting the agent's time driving around or go, in our case, walking around,
Right. Walking. Ooh,
um,
ooh.
um, taking the train, um, like we're wasting our time and we're wasting their time. So for me, like one of like, we're in sales, right? You always have to qualify the person before you start interacting with them. And one of my final qualifiers is you or any lender, right? It's like I'm not going to take you out. I'm not even going to sign an agreement with you. Because one, I need to know that you're serious, that you're willing to do this. Because again, people are so afraid of doing a pre-approval. And two, like we need to know what your budget is. I can't. I'm not. I'm not here to just be like, well, I think it's a million, and then just start looking at $1 million properties. Like that's not me. So like for me, like if I won't even engage with somebody that hasn't come to me with a pre-approval. Like they come back with it. Um, because it's just wasting my time and their time. And that's just not helping.
And not only that, to like add on to that, COVID changed a lot of things. Like COVID changed a lot where there are some listing agents that won't schedule an appointment with you
Mm,
unless you have proof of funds, pre-approved, like
pre-approval.
something that says these people are like valid potential buyers. Um, so yeah, like having that in the protocol is very key. I feel that, you know, our our motto is to be as transparent as possible. As you can see, look, you hear the way we talk, where it's just like, look, everybody's an adult here. We're doing adult things. Cool. I have no, this is not about me making you feel better. This is about me being hired to do a job. And this is the best way for me to get my job done, is to have these things lined, like all these ducks in a row first.
Hmm.
So yeah, I like, but also what you said, I was like, you want to enjoy the people that you're doing business with. You want to have a good like rapport with them. Um, so it's a nice like dance throwing in. I seen you dancing over there, buddy. You got some, you little twinkle toes over there. Um, you wanna have a good chemistry with the people you're gonna be dancing with when you like taking on these tasks. And I think you are by far probably one of my favorite money guys. My favorite mortgage guys, because not only are you down to earth, you keep it real. You're not wasting people's time, but you genuinely want to help people, which is the vibe that we try to give off at Pinpoint, where I want to help everyone, but I can't if you can't do these things that are going to allow me to help you. So yeah, it's important to have all these things in the pot when we're making this beautiful stew.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that because listen, hopefully people really see that we're genuine. I really do care. Like, did I think I was gonna care this much when I got into it? Probably not, to be honest. But when you're dealing with people, when you're getting to know them, and listen, I'm a family person. I know how it is to buy a home. Like, I'm very close to my family. So to put people in homes, and this is a big thing for a lot of people. Some people sure have a handful of homes. Maybe it's not a big deal. But a lot of people, this is a huge, huge, huge accomplishment. Like, I understood that as I got in the business. And this is, this is the biggest purchase they're ever going to make. Right. And this is a big emotional, tough, stressful thing with people. We do it every day. So for me, it's like clockwork, right? Every loan officer, every agent, right? And like, oh, come on, just do it. Just sign it. Let's go. Come on. We do it every day. But when you peel back the layers and you think deep and you get to know your clients, so I take phone calls with my clients. A lot of
Mhm.
loan officers sometimes don't always talk to the clients. They just dish them off, whatever their process is. I always get to know them and talk to them, right? And I want to do that because I want to get to know where they stand. And I need them to hear, like you said, I'm a straight shooter when it comes to it. I want to help you, but in order for me to help you, I need X, Y, and Z. It's just me doing my job because remember, my name's on the line. I really care about my reputation. I'm sure you guys do too, right? So I want to
100%.
make sure when we're out there, my name is strong. And it's not like, oh, Rachel and Josh put another offer in, the client backed out, and the lender was this person. Like I don't think clients understand that. And sometimes they think we're being a pain in the I would say pain in the butt. I want to say pain in the ass because pain in the butt's
There
like
we go.
a little
Pain in the ass? Is that the biggest curse word we're
Yeah,
gonna get from you
don't
today?
worry, we're gonna pull it out of
Fuck that.
like the
him.
people think like they'll harass me. Like, you really need all this? I'm like, for me to do my job right, yes, I do. I'm sorry you gotta grab a bank statement that takes, a couple minutes online with all online portals. But yes, I do need that because your agent is counting on me to do my job right. Right? Your agent's I'm counting your agent to do the job right. And then you're counting on both of us to do the job right for this purchase to put you and your family into this home.
So, question, because you're like, people don't want to give you a bank statement. So we do also a lot of rentals too, right? And that's thing like they need to have bank statements, pay stubs, tax returns all the time, right? So what is so different from a rental application than a pre-approval?
Actually, it's funny because we don't need tax returns sometimes on a pre-approval. So it's actually a little less. I just need your piece. I mean, honestly, I just need some pay stuff and a W-2 and a bank statement. It's not that
He
much.
takes your
But
pulse. He's like, "You're breathing. Come over here."
No, no, no. Those were the mortgage brokers in Miami in pre 2008. I
yeah,
knew all of them.
yeah, like listen,
Like
and
not even a pulse. Your grandma's dead. I'm gonna get her a mortgage.
yeah, exactly. Listen, I do things the right way because, you know, like I said, I care. And I say this, and I'm proud of this, what I'm about to say, is I got almost 400 reviews on Zillow, which is like the top, I think, in New York
That's
now.
huge.
I take care, I really take pride in that. Like that's one of my, like, I would say things I'm really like super proud of and pumped about because um when I'm with a client, think about it when it goes deeper. Yeah, you're finding them a home. But let's say something goes wrong and I didn't do my job right and get all the proper documentation. And we go through the process and they lose their down payment or their EMD, right? Who are they gonna blame? Probably me, you, but they'll be like, hey, I thought you pre-approved me. Oh, well, you didn't want to send me shit. Hey, so I'm
Yeah.
sorry. We just pushed it through and things popped up along the way. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no, we can't do
But if
that.
you would have did everything right that I requested and followed my instructions, right? We would have never had this. I could have probably saw this problem, maybe not pre-approved. So remember, I'm doing this for not just getting a pre-approval to give to an agent. I'm doing it. I got to protect you as a
Hmm.
lender. I got to make sure you're good because when you go through the underwriting process, if you don't tell me everything or show me everything, if things pop up and we pass certain dates, which that's another deeper conversation, we can lose that EMD. Then what? You're gonna now,
And EMD, by the way, is earnest money
yeah, earnest
deposit.
money deposit. What you got to send that contract signing for everyone who doesn't know, whether that's 10, 15, 20, 30, 40.
It is
Even,
not your down payment.
yeah,
It is just a deposit to say that you are serious when you're signing a
exactly. I
contract.
said down payment. So EMD. So that's what you just sign a contract, which, you can lose it given the verbiage of the contract, right? And dates and stuff. God forbid if you got denied for any undisclosed things that you didn't, disclose to myself at the very least, or even you, where you can tell me, right? Because we're a team. And those are things that I got to make sure of. Remember, because my name's on the line. So your name's on the line. And these are things where we're not being a pain in the butt. Listen, you think I want all these documents? You think I want to spend extra time reviewing it? No, but it is my job. And again, it sounds corny because I'm actually pretty cool. So I'm not this corny. But when you
I don't
took
know. I've seen some of the videos you put out there. You're a little corny, bro.
I know. But I'm pretty cool too. I'm pretty cool. I'm a little cool. But like, all serious, like when you're a loan officer and you take your license, and we have a lot of stuff that we have, banking compliance on us with all this stuff. I got to make sure I really like, take, my license and my ethical
Mhm.
standpoint serious. I know some loan officers are probably like, oh my God, like what a loser. But listen, this is people's hard earned money,
Yeah.
right? Some people are more fortunate than others. Sure. Okay. If I lost 20,000, whatever. Some people it's like, no, I'm broke. Like I don't have anything else. That was my savings for 20 years. So like I figure this when I pre-approve someone, I look at everything. I'm like, wow, this is something they saved. I see everything. So I have a little bit of more of an attachment when I do it to someone, getting to know them, which makes me fight for them. Makes me fight, for them to get that home. I want to make sure they get the home, and obviously be protected. Because then I feel, I mean, remember, I gotta go sleep at night. God forbid I did that to someone, sucks. If I did a poor job.
Yeah. So I wanna ask you now, because I know we're coming up on time and I don't wanna take you too much over. Um, I wanna ask you about a specific program, probably that most people would consider if they're like a first time home buyer. Um, but I'm gonna ask it in my like as me, right? So you can give me direct advice and hopefully that helps other people. Because this is a plan that I have and I've never actually talked to a lender about it. So guys, I'm gonna find out if this is actually legitimate. Okay. And hopefully in about 5, maybe 6 years, um, my fiance and I, at the by then wife, um, want to buy a brownstone in the city, which is very expensive.
Very bougie.
Yeah, but
That's Rachel for you.
here's what we'd like to do, and tell me if my thought process makes sense. Okay, so we want to buy one that needs to be pretty much renovated, right? And we want to be able to live in like the bottom 2 floors, maybe bottom 3 floors, and then rent out the others. So I know that you can do an FHA. I want to say it's a 203K.
You got it. Yep.
Haha. Okay, which and you could definitely tell more people about this than me, but it basically would include your purchase price for the property and the renovation costs in one down payment and one loan, correct? Okay, so tell me let's say I'm looking at a $2 million property. What would you tell me to do from there?
All right. So if you're doing a renovation, so strictly talking about renovation loans, right? You would look at the purchase price of any given property, right? And then you get a licensed contractor, right? That's what I would advise, unless you guys are really good at eyeballing it, and see what that renovation would be, right? So let's call a home of $1 million. Renovation's 200K. You're as in the lending side, you're combining those two numbers. You're
Hmm.
combining the purchase price and you're combining the renovation cost, and you're purchasing 1.2. A down payment, right? Which FHA 203K can go to a minimum 3.5% down. That is what you'll be putting it as a down payment. It'll be off the combination of the purchase price and the renovation.
Okay, so Josh or Allie, I don't know how good you are at arithmetic. 1.2, what's 3.5%?
For
Yeah.
40,000.
No, wait, could be 42. Very close.
Gotcha.
See,
Public school
this is I
education,
don't.
people. Don't worry. Don't worry. It kind of works.
It kind of works.
Well, I was like, it's like 35. That's off a million, so like it's around 40.
Yeah, yeah. So 42,
Okay.
and then yes, and go on. I don't know if you have any follow up.
Okay. Cool. No, that's fine. And that would include um the renovation and the purchase. And then obviously I would still need to have, closing costs and stuff like that.
You'd have
Okay.
closing costs.
So are there um and then what are the requirements for me to qualify or anybody to qualify for that type of program?
Question. Qualifications are the same. No difference. Okay. So people always get confused on that. They think, do I got to qualify for a renovation? No, it's the same. It's the same type of qualification. The only thing that's different, the only variable part is tell me that renovation cost. Because if I
Okay.
gave you a pre-approval, let's say this is where people get confused. If I gave you a pre-approval for $1 million, right? You wouldn't be able to get approved for that. And people say, why? The home's $1 million. You're not factoring the renovation cost.
Hmm.
That's where people get confused on, right?
Okay.
So you got to combine them. So if your pre-approval says $1 million, then that means you would have to look at an 800K home with a $200,000 reno to combine to a million.
Okay. And
Okay.
would it be possible? So I know with FHAs, you have to live like a regular FHA. You still have to like live in that home as a primary home for what, the first year or 2 years?
Yeah, usually it's the first year they make you, sign something at closing.
So if you're doing a 203K and it's going to be like, part of it's going to be an investment, right? You're going to rent those properties out. You would still have the same requirement.
Yeah, same requirement. You would have
Okay.
to live in it, whether you're buying it as a single family, multi-family renovation, whatever it
Okay.
is, you would still have to live in it for a certain time.
So the reason I ask is because a lot of people, that our age or younger are trying to, buy homes, not necessarily to live in, but like, as investment, because a lot of people our age have realized um, buying a home for yourself is not really cost effective anymore. Not necessarily just because of the rates, but because the cost of housing has gone through the roof. So there's also a lot of people that are trying to house hack, right? And this is kind of like one of those ways to house hack, right? Where they don't have to live in your house, but you can, buy a property where you have yours and they have, you can rent out the rest. Are there other programs that you would suggest for something like that? Or do you think that is like one of the best ones?
So let me make sure I understand it too. So if someone's trying to house hack and they want to get a renovation,
Hmm.
FHA would be the best in this sense because you could put as little down as 3.5. But you can also do a renovation on an investment property. I don't
Okay.
know if you know that or anyone knows that. So you can say this is an investment property and I want to do a rental loan. You can do it now. Again, the down payments can be higher on that, but you
Hmm.
can do it. If someone's trying to house hack and say, this is going to be an investment in the future, right? But I
Hmm.
need to put the 3.5% down. That's my house hack. I don't have the 15, 20, 25%. And yes, you would have to live in it for at least a period of time, whether that's a single, two, three, or four. And then you can leave that, and that is your investment, and you bought it with 3.5. So people do that a lot. They'll go from home to home to home to home to home. I mean, if they really want to live like that and say, I'm going to live in this home for a year, 2 years, buy another one and rinse and repeat, live in there for a year and 2 years, buy another one, and you can keep doing as little as minimum down. I mean, if you technically wanted to, you could do that for say 6, 7 years, buy 3 homes, and then buy your normal primary and racked up 3 investment homes with only putting down minimum down. Could do it.
Yeah,
Possible.
that's cool.
I
Yep.
like that. That's a good idea.
I like that idea, but I mean, this plan that I have is because, like, we have a family, we've got kids. So if we're going to live in the city, it needs to be affordable for us and we need to have space. So to me, that like makes the most sense. So we're not throwing away money in rent. Like, we're not going to make all the money back for our mortgage, but it'll cover our mortgage, right? Or part of it, if we're renting out other units in the building. Um, and then, we also want to like invest in general, like in Colombia or outside of New York, Colombia, the country, or just
Nice.
within the U.S. outside of the country, because we want to be able to invest in different properties, but it's easier for us or faster for us to be able to do it with like a 3.5%
Of
down
course.
payment.
Yeah. Listen, that's how I bought my first place, right? There's many things to house hack,
Hmm.
it's gotta be really creative. But here's the thing too. I'm gonna go back. You gotta have a creative lender, right?
Hmm.
To figure out what's the best way to structure the loan, right? And you need a creative agent to kind of understand this to educate the buyer too. Listen, the lending is my side, but it's still good if you guys understand some of these things.
Yeah.
But to structure this to kind of house hack, which everyone is definitely into. I mean, I posted some house hack. I see a lot of people inquiring about it. It's done. You just need to be creative, and you need a good lender that's going to be creative on trying to figure that out. And you need to have the client to kind of be open about what is your 1 year to 5 year to 10 year plan, because every move you make of purchasing is going to affect the next one. So we have to make this first purchase really make sense. And I have to understand it for me to really put you in the best situation to know what you want to do in step 2, 3, and 4. Because if I don't, whatever program I put you in, if I put you in the wrong program, that might screw you up for steps 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're asking, right? How
Yeah.
do you do that? And that's what you need to go to a really good lender to understand and be open minded to figure that whole kind of equation out. It's tough to do, but I've done that many times for clients because that's what they're, they want to do in their next, handful of years and try to accomplish.
Cool. All right. Well, I know we're at our hour time, so I don't
I
want to keep you.
know. It's like
What?
flew by. And I'm like, I
Fucking
know
quick.
there's like a good.
It went fucking quick. Yes. Yes. He
Sure.
said fucking yeah.
Post
I
that.
told you by the end of this episode we're gonna pull you out there, bro.
Post that shit.
Post that shit. I'll post that
Now the
shit.
rest of the day, I'm just gonna be cursing everyone in the office. When we get out of this office, like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah, that's what you
Come on.
get for hanging out with us for an
I
hour.
tell people don't spend too much time with me. You might get corrupt.
Thank you so much for
No, I had a lot of fun.
coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
definitely would love to do more. And we got to meet
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
We got to meet
you.
up
We
and catch up.
definitely do. That sounds awesome. So, Allie, where can the people find you? This is your time. Let them know how to get you.
Listen, I guys want you to follow me on social media since we just talked about it. It's Allie _Abbatiello, ALLIE _ABBATIELLO. Follow me and message me. Let me know what you guys want to hear. Let me know what you guys want to see. But that's what I would love for you guys to do. Follow me. Let me know. You guys want to call, chat, text me, 914-602-2228. Put my phone number
Ladies,
out there.
ladies,
Right?
this is a family
Wow.
man, all right? So keep the
Ladies,
calls and text messages PG, please.
Oh, everyone's cool. Oh,
Don't let
I know,
that
I feel like I'm on- I feel like I'm on-
tight shirt fool you. He's not promoting that. All right.
think I'm on
I was like, do
dating
you have
profile.
a 900 number? Remember those?
Yeah,
You wanna
900
give
number.
that out?
He's on the
Oh,
Hall
my
of
God.
Fame of Chippendales. What?
Actually, real quick story. You can even
Let's
ask.
go.
You can ask anyone. When I think I told my mom this. When I was young, I was like, Mom, I just want to when I open up my drawer, I just want to see a little bow tie in there, and that's my uniform. I swear, I want to be a little Chippendale. I thought I had nothing
Probably.
going for me, and then I guess I'm pretty good at mortgages. So I'm like, all right, found
Look,
something.
you always have to have a plan B,
Jesus.
my friend.
Baseball went south. I didn't become a professional baseball player.
You played baseball? You know,
Yeah.
Josh played baseball?
Yeah, I don't think we talked about it. I played in college, and I got letters for the minors. I just never.
Oh,
never
so you
went.
got a lot
Idiot.
further than I did. I tore everything up in my knee senior year in high school.
Oh,
I wouldn't have met Rachel. I put it that way. And honestly, the school I was gonna go
Everything
to
happened for a
was
reason.
like her rival, so then we wouldn't have been friends. So you know what?
what's that? I can't hear it. I know we're going over. What, real quick, what's the school?
FSU. Yeah.
Florida State.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm all about the U, so
Oh,
that would have been
oh man, those are my.
that would have been terrible.
So I'm not gonna lie.
That would've
So
been
I wanted to, my school was when I was in high school. I wanted to play at the U for baseball. I
That's
just then realized I looked at their roster and I said, okay, I'm a white Italian and they're all Spanish and Dominican. I
You
don't
would have
think
fit
I
right
fit
in. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
You would have fit
Yeah,
right
and
in.
everybody talks with their
Yeah,
hands
that
and they're
was-
loud. Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
That was honestly,
Yeah.
that was like my dream baseball school. I have to say it was the U. I love them.
Hell yeah.
Football, baseball. Yeah,
They're
I mean,
the
they were-
best.
football, they were crazy. They had some crazy dudes
Yeah.
during those times.
Yeah.
Those documentaries are
That's
so
Well,
good.
this year might be good.
But that was
Yeah.
my dream school to go. I mean, honestly, I wanted to play. I mean, they have the best baseball kids. I mean, so that's why I wanted to play there. I mean, also they were just the best, and those colors, I don't know, their uniform.
Yeah, that's a sick
Yeah.
color.
Just
Literally, I had
I love
my
you guys,
UM
but
sweater.
I'm more of
Nah, I
the U.
hear you. I
I'm
hear
more
you.
of the you.
I just you want
more
to
the
go
you.
where they want you, and they wanted me, and it just didn't pan out the way it was supposed to. Well, or maybe it did pan out the way it's supposed to. Like,
Got it. I mean, you got to do
all
the
right,
U.
all right,
I love
all
it.
right.
Right
Anyway,
here, I
those
had my
colors.
sweater. I had my sweater
All right,
like
anyway,
on-
Rach,
And now I'm
on
just
my-
gonna know.
on my
Now
shirt.
I know you got some baseball. I know the Miami. I mean, connected too today. Listen, another reason why I'm doing this stuff, networking, getting to know
Yeah.
each
it's
other
always
better,
fun.
right?
Hell yeah,
Rach,
hell yeah.
where
Cool.
where can these people find us?
Everywhere. Our website, pinpoint.nyc. LinkedIn at Pinpoint Group. Instagram also at Pinpoint Group, but there's an underscore. You can find me, Rachel Fiegler, on LinkedIn, and I'm trying to blow up there. So people, please like
Right,
my
she's
shit.
killing it out there.
Like it. Follow it.
And our podcast, Pinpoint Unfiltered. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And as
Awesome.
always, you know where to find me, guys. I'll be out there in these streets, making these deals, connecting with people. And I think I just started, like, they just unblocked me on LinkedIn. So you know what? Find me on LinkedIn, Josh Hernandez. We are making tremendous moves. Year 3 is amazing and pinpoint. Allie, my brother, thank you so, so much for joining us. You like really like brightened up the day and hooked us up. Um, Always peace, love, guys. Peace.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.
Thank you, guys. Have an awesome day.